Hello there, I'm Phil Hilton and welcome to another edition of the Holiday and Cruise Clinic. This is the programme where you get all your answers to travel related questions. Today we're going to be discussing premium cruising, but before we do, if you have a burning question for one of our travel experts, then please do get in touch. Here are the website details: www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Click on Programmes, select the clinic page and submit your question to us online. If you want to email us directly, it's clinic@holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk, and we still welcome your postcards and letters to the Holiday and Cruise Channel, Cavendish House, Brighton Road, Liverpool, L22 5NG. Now, cruise holidays are something that have grown tremendously in popularity over the past few years, fueled by a mix of affordability and a greater choice. It's a way of holidaying that millions of Brits are now turning to each and every year. With greater choice comes more options, and one of those being discussed today, premium cruising. And to tell us more, I'm joined by Wendy Lamish, who's the Director of Sales and Operations at Holland America Line. Wendy, good to have you with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You've made all the effort to come to see us today. It wouldn't be right if you didn't say a little bit more about you.
Well, I've been in travel for over 25 years. I know I don't look it, but I have. Started off in travel agencies and been in cruising for over 15 years now, and with Holland America Line for 10. So currently responsible, along with our Managing Director, for the sales and the call centre running in the UK.
Brilliant. So busy, running around a lot, I would imagine, and seen a few changes in the travel industry over the past few years.
Yes, dramatically so, and certainly the cruising industry is the fastest growing sector of the travel industry. So it's certainly the industry to be in, we believe. It's really exciting, new innovations consistently coming on board, new ships always being built every year. So it's a really exciting industry to be in. Yeah,
it's amazing, isn't it? So tell us a little bit about premium cruising. It sounds like the high end of the market. What's the difference between a premium cruise and any other normal cruise?
I think it's difficult because cruising, from our perspective in the premium sector, is really just exceeding expectations. That's probably the terminology that we would use, and people want to do cruises for different reasons. It's probably more so for the discerning traveller that really has high expectations of their overall holiday. And premium cruising offers 5-star luxury. And premium in the dictionary, there's some words that are depicted by using such words as additional, extras, bonus. So I guess really putting that into the cruising world, you get more than what you pay for. So it's still good, very good value, but you get more than what you pay for. Is
the 5-star approach to it similar to what we'd expect in a 5-star hotel, for example? Is it the same kind of classification?
I think it is. In the cruising world, not many of the brands really like to use the star rating. Again, it's not always about the hardware. The ships are very important, and we all offer different experiences at different levels. However, it's about the overall holiday experience, about the destinations, what you can do in the destinations, and really having the overall choice and having the value and really what you're getting for your money.
Okay, so a little bit about extras then. What extras can we expect as a guest on a premium cruise line?
I guess if you wanted to make it into layman's terms, it's a bit like a 5-star country house hotel, and I think anybody that's stayed in that kind of environment understands what premium means and what little extras that you do get. So there'll be things like fresh flowers around every cruise, over $2 million worth of antiques, certainly on our brand, iPod tours of all the different art and antiques on board. The service is unbelievable, and I think that's really what's expected of a discerning traveller. The expectations are high on service, and certainly we employ Indonesian and Filipino crew, and they are renowned in the world for the best service in the world, and that's the kind of level that is expected. And also activities, dining experiences are of a very high standard and really match that of any of the 5-star and above restaurants in London.
So are they going to be radically different, the activities, for example, than we'd find on a basic family-orientated cruise ship, for example?
I think they can be, yes. A lot of the premium cruise lines, because of the destinations that they travel to, They organise specific shore excursions that are tailor-made to the discerning traveller, to the premium traveller, and that are tailor-made to that destination, so that you get a lot of local history, cultural experiences, culinary experiences, and that transpires onto the ships as well. So we have menus that are tailor-made to that particular destination, so that you can sample that wherever it is that you're going, in whichever port of call that you're sailing to. And I think that's a part of the whole overall premium experience.
What kind of people go on a premium cruise then? Because obviously you're going to be on a ship, no matter how big it is, you're still going to be bumping into the same people all the time.
Yes.
In a nice way, that is.
Sure.
But if you're going to a premium cruise ship, what sort of people can we expect to rub shoulders with?
Me.
Yeah, like it.
You know, we are, you know, the premium traveller, I guess. It's hard to put in a box. We don't like to categorise people, because we certainly believe as an industry that cruising is for everybody, and I just think it's for people that have high expectations. They do expect or would like to sample a certain level of service, have beautiful staterooms, and yes, like you said, experience that 5-star hotel that maybe they think they wouldn't be able to afford to, but actually it's all about value, and it's all about what you expect to receive for the money. And really premium cruising depicts that so well, and we always far exceed everybody's expectations. And I know I keep saying that, but that's really what it's all about, and that's really what the strapline is for premium cruising. It's all about exceeding expectations. So it's not for any one particular type of person. It's really for anybody that just wants a high standard of holiday, somebody that's going to enjoy going to different destinations, getting to know their waiting staff so they know you by name, and just having that overall premium level.
Okay, what about the ships then? Do they look radically different from the ones that we're maybe used to seeing? You mentioned that they're being built, you know, in the cruising industry quite often now,
yes.
and it's certainly expanding tremendously. Yes. But a premium ship, does it look any different? Is it smaller, more compact, with a little bit more, what's the word, exclusivity about it perhaps?
I think from the outside they look very traditional. It is the traditional cruise ship feel and look from the outside. In today's world of megaliners, where a lot of the ships look like big floating hotels and resorts, which are fantastic in their own right, the premium cruise ship probably is depicted more of the traditional style of cruising from the outside. Inside they're all different, and certainly most of the premium cruise ships are quite contemporary inside, but sticking with the tradition of cruising. And again, going back to the arts and antiques and the fresh flowers, and it's the small things and small differences that make it a premium ship. And regardless of how many, we have 15 in our fleet, the product delivery is the same throughout the whole fleet, and the standard is just that little bit higher. Because
people have an affinity, don't they, with one particular ship that they like to go on, because they know the crew,
Absolutely.
they know they're comfortable
Yes.
with the surroundings, and it's familiar.
Yes.
So that kind of thing is offered at the premium level too.
It is indeed, and certainly with a fleet of 15, and because of the destinations that the premium brands travel to, you do get, and the high retention rate of clients as well, they do eventually get quite close to their particular ship that they like, and they make friends and they want to go on the same ship. And we've got ships, you know, there are ships in the industry that take in the premium sector, from 800 people up to 2,500 people, but there's still a feel of space. And some people like smaller ships, and some people like some of the larger ships, but certainly in premium we're kind of classed as mid-size now, due to the megaliners that are out there.
Okay. How are these people enjoying their cruises? I'm sure you must meet a lot of people who've enjoyed premium cruising in your line of work. What's their general satisfaction level like?
Oh, it's really, really high. And again, I think going back to the exceeding expectations, it's because that level of service is delivered, and it's delivered well, and it's consistently delivered. And I think in all aspects of the holiday, so right through from when you get onto the ship, to when you're on the ship, to when you're going to the ports of call and the destinations, the level of service is so high. And I think, again, going back to the hotels, it's the same thing. You go back to a certain hotel, or you go back to a certain shop or anything, if you get the decent level of service, and I think that's what premium cruising is all about. And certainly this sector of the market has the higher retention rates, and the repeat factor for our brand is over 40%, which is one of the highest in the industry. So that's got to tell us something, hopefully.
Okay, brilliant. Well, always nice to talk about the high end of anything, in particular cruising.
Indeed.
Wendy, thanks very much indeed for now.
Thank
and we'll
you.
be hearing more from Wendy in part 2 of the programme, today's clinic. But don't forget, if you have a holiday or cruise related question, then please do get in touch with us. The website details are www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Just click on Programmes, select the clinic page and submit your question online to us. If you prefer to email directly, it's clinic@holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. And of course, you can always write the traditional way to the Holiday and Cruise Channel, Cavendish House, Brighton Road, Liverpool, L22 5NG. And if you're new to cruising, then our first time guide for cruise holidays is just for you. Here it is, completely free. Just give us a call on this number, 0871 423 4444. Calls will cost 10p a minute from a BT landline, and calls from other networks and mobiles may vary. Well, now it's time for us to take a quick break right now, but do stay with us, as when we return, we'll be putting more of your cruise related questions to our expert in the studio. That's Wendy Lamish from Holland America Line. See you back here in a few minutes. Hello and welcome back to the Holiday and Cruise Clinic. This is the programme where we tackle your questions and dilemmas on the various aspects of holidaying and cruising. Remember, this is your programme and we'd really love to hear from you. Our website details are www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Just click on Programmes, select the clinic page and submit your question to us online through the website. If you prefer to email directly, it's clinic@holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. And we'd also welcome your post the old-fashioned way as well, the Holiday and Cruise Channel, Cavendish House, Brighton Road, Liverpool, L22 5NG. Well, back to today's clinic and premium cruising we're talking about today. Wendy Lamish from Holland America Line is still with me now. Wendy, a little bit about the price then. We're talking about the premium end of the cruising market. Can you give us an idea whether it is affordable to a lot of us in lowly paid, poor positions? Or is it very exclusive at the high end and we have to save up?
No, it's not, but I think it's affordable to everybody. There's so much choice of itineraries, destinations, length of cruises, and there's everything from 7-night cruises to world cruises of 114 days. So I guess you can gather by that where the difference in price would come. However, we prefer to talk in this sector of the market about value, and it's really all about what you get for your money. And I think with anything that should be paramount. So there are, prices from $799 for Norwegian fjords cruising out of the UK, right up to the top end, as I say, dependent on what category of stateroom you have also. So there's lots of different reasons why you would pay different prices, but essentially, really, there is a premium cruise for everybody. And
it doesn't matter where you go, really, or what ship you're on. If you're going for a short break or you're going for a 6-month, let's go everywhere cruise, it's exactly the same experience.
It is, and I think a good way to get the value really is look at, if you break it down per day and look at what's included. This high-end product already, you've got this premium product, but you've also need to look at the fact that all of your 5-star food is included. There are a few extras that you need to pay when you're actually on board, and I think if you break it down and look at it on a per day basis and maybe even compare it with something like a 5-star country house hotel where nothing's included and you have to pay for your meals and your drinks, etc., that if you add all of that up, that cruising in general, including premium cruising, is just the best value for money holiday that you can buy.
Well, I'm interested to know from a personal experience, what your experiences are like of Premier cruising, and we'll be talking about that in a few moments. But what about family friendly? You know, is it family friendly or a little bit more exclusive for people who want to, maybe the kids have gone to university and thinking, right, let's go.
Yes, let's go. It's premium cruising is actually quite multi-generational. You do find that, and that's quite big in cruising now at all levels. But it is family friendly. We do have children's clubs on board most of the premium brands, certainly starting from around 3 up to teenagers. And they're segmented out to offer that type of club dependent on the age group. There's always something different for everybody to do. And a lot of it depending again on the itinerary. So for instance in Alaska, there's a lot of tailor-made excursions that you can do in Alaska that's basically to teach the teens, which is, you know, we carry a lot of teens to Alaska, so similar to what you said, but rather than get rid of them, they're actually bringing them on board. But they can, the parents can go off and do one excursion while the teens go off and do their own excursions. So, and it's learning about the wildlife and the local history and the culture, etc. So again, it depends really where you go as to how many children are going to be on that particular cruise. Caribbean is obviously very popular with families. There's a lot of children carried, and some of the longer cruises, not so many. So there's something for everybody, but it's very, very family friendly. And
was Alaska that you mentioned,
yes,
for some particular reason, was it that you really enjoyed?
Do I keep mentioning Alaska?
I got a little bit of that.
Yeah, Alaska is my favourite cruising destination so far, and I have by no means been and done we have over 500 itineraries, so I haven't done all of them yet, working on it.
Great,
but certainly with Alaska, it was quite a while ago now, and I'm desperate to go back and see more of the state of Alaska. It's a phenomenal place. It's a real eye-opener. The people are fantastic. And a cruise is just it's the most economical way to see those kinds of destinations. And I think destinations I'd probably put into that category are really South America, Asia, Australia, that you wouldn't really probably be able to afford necessarily to go and do land tours for this length of time and have the same value and get what you get on a cruise. It really is the better way to see it.
Sure, and you wouldn't necessarily expect a cruise to go to Alaska in the first place,
no,
would you necessarily? Because it's not exactly the destination that comes to the top of your head. What was it that made you want to go on that one then?
Well, it's a very high percentage of our business as a brand. We have over 7 ships out of the 15 there during the summer months, and it's a May to September destination. And it really is simply because it was unusual. I'd never learnt about, I'll be honest, geography at school. The last thing any of us did in my era was actual countries and states, etc. So it was something that I just never heard of, and obviously been selling the brand for so long. I really wanted to understand what was in Alaska, and it's one of the unusual states of America, I believe, and having been there, it was just phenomenal. Whale watching, the bears, the glaciers, it's just an unbelievable holiday. I
can imagine. What about the top 5 then of other destinations? Obviously you mentioned you've got hundreds of them that you're working your way through slowly.
Yes.
But a couple that we can consider probably if we're looking for a cruise holiday at the high end.
Well, I think we've got certainly the Norwegian fjords. That's something that is ever growing and ever popular, and the Baltic destinations, that's really, really popular with UK guests. And certainly, so as I say, we sail from Dover to the Norwegian fjords and to the Baltic, so we offer no-fly cruising to those destinations. But I think all premium brands, you know, we all offer something different. We all go right the way around the world. Next year we've got circumnavigation, 32-day of Australia, which not many people do. We do Antarctica, which I know is a destination that's on everybody's list before they die, kind of that kind of destination. And a cruising is the most economical way to see it. And because you've got the choice of different durations as well, so you can pick a 7-nighter, a 10-nighter, right up to, you know, 62, 38, 114 on the world cruise. So there's just so much choice and so many different destinations to see. And there is a cruise for everybody, and we pretty much see most of the world. Okay,
Wendy's cruise tips then. From an insider's point of view, if you could give our viewers a few tips on the best way to get everything they can out of their cruise, what would they be?
Do some research, really think about what it is that where you want to go, look at the destinations that you want to visit, see which cruise brand gives you those destinations, and then look at what kind of holiday that you like and match the lifestyle of the ship to the lifestyle that you expect on your holiday. So that's number one, just to make sure that you're getting the right cruise, number one. And then I think once you've chosen your cruise brand, really your stateroom is quite important on some of these destinations on premium cruising. You know, to be able to sit and look at glaciers. If you're going to Alaska or you're going to South America, you want to be able to wake up early in the morning, you know, with your 24-hour room service, breakfast on board your veranda. So really stateroom is important. If you can buy a balcony, do, because the value again is shown in that category of stateroom, because it really, really is important.
Okay, fantastic. There's something new for 2011-2012 then. Have you got anything that we can look forward to?
Well, I think the whole industry is growing. We've still got new innovations and some of the mainstream cruise companies. In premium cruising, there's still ships being ordered, new destinations being looked at. And it really is all about continuing to be able to exceed people's expectations. I'm going back to it again. And how we do that, and really that is innovations on the ship. So things like technology, digital workshops on board, which we never used to have. We have a culinary arts centre, so we have a bit of a ready, steady cook kitchen on board some of the ships. So again, it's all about new innovations where we're including the clients, and it's not just about showing and demonstrating experiences, it's about getting them involved. So there's lots of innovations coming over the next few years in premium cruising as well.
Fantastic. Look forward to it. Wendy, thanks very much indeed for all your help today, telling us about the premium high end of cruising. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Wendy, brilliant advice, of course. And don't forget, if you're new to cruising, then we have our first time guide to cruise holidays available for you. Here it is. Simply give us a call on 0871 423 4444. Calls will cost 10p a minute from a BT landline, and calls from other networks and mobiles may vary. Packed full of information, some really useful questions like tipping, passports, visas, and what happens in the port when you are on your ship. Do you have to get off, or can you just stay and enjoy yourself? That's all we've got time for in this edition of the Holiday and Cruise Clinic, though. Don't forget, we're here to help you, so please do get in touch with any holiday or cruise related questions, and we'll get one of our travel gurus on the case for you. Until next time, from myself and all the team here, take care and goodbye.